Plays 50 Film Challenge! My name is Clay Johnson, and I am continuing my 50 Film Challenge with film, I think, number 12, The Invitation, which was suggested by Will Brooks. And this is a theme you're going to see for about the next 4 films, because I believe that Will suggested 4 right in a row. So unless I decide to change the order, we're going to get 4 of Will's films right in a row. I like to call this the time of Will. So let us get into the first film of Will's quadrilogy with, like I said, The Invitation. This film was released in festival in 2015, but it wasn't released in theaters until 2016. It is listed as a horror thriller film, and it stars Logan Marshall Green, Tammy Blanchard, Michael Houseman, and John Carroll Lynch. Anybody that's been paying attention to the review will notice that this is the second film that Michael Houseman has been on the challenge. And I have to say, I liked this one much better than the last one he was in. As I've said before, I don't want to give away endings or plot because, especially, certain films, it's very important that you not give certain things away. And I'm going to say with this one, I'm really not going to talk very in depth about the plot because I, once again, went into it knowing absolutely nothing. And I feel as though that was the best way to watch it. So as far as plot, I will simply say that it is about a group of friends that get together for a dinner party. That's pretty much it. I will say that the themes of this film, the overall theme of this film is grief and how we deal with it and what it can, some of the things that it can drive people to. It's a really interesting examination of those types of things. And I will say, that I had a certain expectation of it when it started. And then there were a couple of times that, I would think I've had it figured out, and then something would happen that would make me question that. And so then I'd figure something else out, and then something else would happen to make me question that. And so it definitely kept me guessing until a certain point in the film. But honestly, it's just, it does have the horror thriller elements. It's very introspective, though. One review called it a slow build thriller, and it's definitely that. The first, I would say, well, mostly the first half is very dialogue driven. Honestly, the first half feels like it could have been a stage play. But then there are definitely moments and times later that there are very cinematic elements that build the tension. Because the thing is that throughout this entire film, there is a sense of unease. Sometimes it's unease that feels very sinister, and sometimes it's unease that just feels sad. But there's definitely that. Like I said, it's that unknowing, that not knowing that really is kind of propels the film. I will say I'd be interested to see what this film would be like in a rewatch. Will, if you have seen this movie more than once, let me know if it holds up if it's just as interesting, because I feel there are definitely certain elements that I feel like would still be interesting, and then there are certain things, because different things that are coming that wouldn't be necessarily as intense. But like I said, there's an undercurrent of unease that kind of dominates the whole film. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I really enjoyed it. I will say, if you're not in the mood for a movie like this, then, give it a pass until you are. I actually didn't realize what type of film it was, and then I turned it on, and, realized within the first 5 minutes that it's a very intense story. And I was like, yeah, I'll wait for a second. But I watched it today and really enjoyed it. I just had to wait till I was in the mood. But a really good story, really introspective. Brought up a lot of really interesting themes. I would say, if you like this type of film, check it out. So I am going to give this film 3 red lanterns. Yeah, so there's that. As always, feel free to leave comments down below. Let me know what you thought about the review. If you agreed or disagreed, let me know. Also, I've never said this before, but I would be open to if anybody would be interested in discussing any one of these films, such as, certain spoilery moments that I don't necessarily go into in these reviews. If you're interested in having those discussions, let me know and we can make that happen. Because this definitely is one of those that I would like to, pick apart a bit more, but just in discussion, not necessarily needs to be in the review. Let me know if you're interested in that, and I will be back next time with the 13th film, another suggestion by Will, What We Do in the Shadows. So I will watch that, and I'll put up a review, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.